I didn't even bother with the fucking film, I guess. Who cares? We're good. No countdown. Don't need it. Las Cruces, if you're here, hello. If not, that's cool too.
What's up, everybody? How the hell are you? It's Taylor. I'm tired.
You're always tired.
Yeah.
You're not drunk lately. I don't remember the last time you were drunk. That's the bad part.
No, with my gut stuff, I've been holding off on that. I'll probably have some on. Probably have a little bit to drink on Sunday because it's Packer kickoff game. But you know.
Oh, is opening? What's funny is the only reason I'm keeping my my cable TV is they're giving me the NFL channel for free.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah, I don't. No, I just haven't. I went out Saturday night and I had one drink.
So, that's not too bad.
Well, it was a martini, so it was enough in there, but still.
It was a girly drink.
It's a vodka with olive juice and blue cheese olives. There's a dirty martini.
Olives are gross. I don't like olives.
How do you hate olives? They're delicious. What's up, Las Cruces? Do you hate olives or are you sane? How do you hate olives?
I don't know. Something about them just doesn't do it for me.
They're salty deliciousness, buddy.
I
and
love
you throw
salt
some
too.
blue cheese in them. Fucking yeah, they're delicious.
I mean, I love salt, and I still hate olives.
You're a weirdo.
Oh yeah, and I finally did. I told you guys about the Spider-Man metal cards that came out.
Well, Las Cruces is with you, anyways. He hates olives too.
Spider-Man metal cards came out, and I found a blaster box at Target.
Nice.
That's what the coolest card
looks like it.
Well, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
But
are you a drinker? Are you a drinker, Las Cruces? If so, what's your drink of choice? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, well, the answer is that. Oh, great.
I'm telling you, green olives with blue cheese in the middle. Fuck, they're amazing.
Okay, maybe with blue cheese I could do it because I'm a cheesehead, but
yeah,
not without. No, I went to Target and I looked and they had nothing up in front of their card department, nothing. So as I'm going in back, I had the UPC code somebody posted. So I went up to a guy who was stocking. I said, "Hey, by chance, did you do you guys have any of these?" And he scanned it. He goes, "We have -7,
nice.
But there's one in back." So in the back room, somebody stashed it.
I can't do the beer anymore, and I found that the tequila does me better than the bourbon on my stomach. So I need to get better about drink. Like for years, my tequila experience was just Cuervo, which is fucking gross, and so I'm learning to like other stuff, and I need to try mezcal as well. Like I've tried a little bit of it. I just need to get better at it because those two things don't bug my stomach as much. So, what's up, Juan? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Juan? Hang on a minute. I'm looking to see something if Rob's around or not. Is he even?
He was on the 10-1-1 or whatever earlier, but I don't know if he's still around.
Yeah, but, he was active 18 minutes ago, and he's got the link. So
whatever. So yeah, guys, if you have any tequila or mezcal recommendations, put them in the chat because I need some. What do you drink when you drink, Eddie? You're a girly drink drunk, aren't you?
I don't drink much of anything anymore unless I don't. I used to drink around with friends and stuff, but just
I don't have any.
Here, I got Mormons as friends. Nobody fucking drinks, so I just don't bother. According to this right now, I've got nobody on live, no shows on live. So I was looking to see who else is around. So, but it does not. I was curious if Rob's off somewhere else, which is fine. Oh, okay. No, Comics Newsweek from Simpleman and Sands Group is live that I have. Oh well.
Hang on, I'll try and share this. I'll get some bodies in here.
Polish Festival, Vancouver. What the fuck? Pure Goso? Who the hell is this guy? I'm on his thing. He's got like the Polish Festival in Vancouver. Who the hell? Who is Pure Gosu? Somebody we all follow or something? I don't even know.
I don't know who Pure Gosu is. So
PREGOSU. Unsubscribe. Sorry, I have no idea who you are, and I'm not watching the Polish Festival up in Canada.
But I don't know. Polish, they know how to party. It's all pierogies and buffalo grass vodka.
I'm probably a quarter Polish somewhere in there, but this was the latest. I didn't even do a video in the opening because I have no other boxes coming as of right now, except for finally my convention, my San Diego Comic Con $40 unknown box is showing up.
Well, that figures.
I mean, I called them and asked. I said, the date's on it is 8/10. So the date on shipping should have been 3 weeks ago. Oh, we're about a week behind. I'm like, okay. Yeah, well. So, and right after I called them, they shipped it.
Yeah, that's how it is. But
It's
whatever.
like junk anyway. Really, I was looking for a box or two to get. I know I'm saving all my money for the show in 2 weeks, but
I've seen people open Southerns. I wouldn't recommend it. Not to slam him, but it didn't look good. So
I was up spending that kind of money. I was looking for a smaller, and then
I was thinking about it just for the shot at the first appearance of Justice League, but you know, yeah, figures. Let's Cruises. You can't even get it in New Mexico. That's like Mexico, but newer.
no, what was it? I was looking, and Fletch put out $150 box, but it's just, right now I'm just like, I'm not really. I'm not even sure.
Fletches look good. I just didn't. I'm nothing. None of the slabs were anything I really wanted.
Well, yeah, he has 5 boxes. He showed all 5 slabs. Not one of those slabs do I need. Yeah. I would just put it in a pile of stuff that's right there for the next.
That's all right, Lon. Thank you. I'll hunt it down. I like the reposados. I that's what I've like. I am very ignorant with tequila. Like the clear, the silver stuff is the young stuff, the baby shit, right? Not made for babies, but it's young. And then the reposado is more aged. Is that how it works? See, I'm really ignorant, but
all I remember about tequila, it's been that long since I'm not tequila. I don't do tequila. That was college, so we're looking at what, close to 30 years ago. Yeah. The last time I remember drinking tequila, I was sitting in a chair, sticking my head back, and have everyone pour it in, put a bunch of limes and stuff, and shake your head around. And
were you at a strip club? That's the strip club.
This was done at a college party. Upside down margaritas.
Well, what I like about drinking tequila is it's a harsh enough flavor that I go very slowly with it, so I don't drink a ton of it. Like bourbon, I get going on the bourbon. I can start slamming them.
If it's one that I don't mind, I don't care. But it was during high school and college when all we were growing up on was Boone's Farm, peppermint schnapps, cinnamon schnapps. That's all we get our hands on because when we go into the places, that's all they'd sell us.
Oh,
we're like 17.
We used to drink all that shit back in the day too. Then we were like when we got to college, we was always like trying to fuck each other over with the worst shots ever, like 3 Wiseman and liquid cocaine and I can't remember. There was one that I think we called in an aborted fetus, and it was really bad. It was it was tequila, Tabasco, and then Bailey's in it that was dropped in it to curdle it, so it made the chunky, chewy.
Oh, okay, now you're making me puke.
Yeah, it was gross.
2020, Mad Dog 2020.
There you go. Yeah.
Now we were in San Bernardino during college, and none of us had money except for my friend Scott, who his last name of his grandmother is Reynolds. So you figure she's descendant from the people who did Reynolds Rap. I don't really know other than that. All I know is he had money, he had a car, and what would he buy? And buy lots of it. Barlow's and James.
Oh, the wine coolers, nice.
Then he graduated to Zima, which tasted like crap.
Yeah, Zima was not good. It tasted like a combination of Sprite and beer.
Yeah, it had a weird.
Not even because I've had Sprite and beer in a shandy, and that's better than Zima ever was. But yeah.
But then we started growing on other stuff. We started showing up to the bigger parties at my friend's house. A friend of mine's a pinball champion. So his entire garage and house was full of pinball machines and arcade machines, including the original sit-down Star Trek.
Oh,
the
nice!
Big white one that spun all it. I have it on the 2600, but to those parties, we had friends going out of Mexico bringing what they referred to as Purple Passion.
Oh,
which was what Everclear and something or other. They were little pre-made for Mexico you had to get.
Nice, dude. You should do it, Juan. Hell yeah! Jump on in.
Yeah. Hang on, where's the... And then we ended up... Sorry, my cough is not going away. So we ended up what we called rocket fuel. Was we picked up... it was some kind of Polish alcohol. All I remember, we basically called it rocket fuel because it just smelled so bad. It was disgusting. And,
see, the Polish stuff I drank... I have friends that own a deli in Chicago, one of the more famous ones, and she would always give me buffalo grass vodka, which is vodka with a couple blades of buffalo grass in it. It's not bad. It's a lot better when you drink it the Polish way, which sounds weird, but it's buffalo grass vodka with olive juice, or not olive, apple juice.
That's just gross.
Well,
yeah. that was the only time. After that, I kind of calmed down.
Yeah,
And I
fair.
still have those bottle, the Four Roses up there hasn't been touched. I got 2 bottles. I'm not sure where they're at now.
Yeah, when I play Dungeons and Dragons with my buddies around here, we drink once in a while too. And like I had tequila that night, and then that was a couple weeks ago. And then also we have a house rule that if you roll a 1 when you're playing the game on a D20, you have to, and if you do crit fail, you have to drink a shot of Malort.
I've only heard of that. I've only heard of it. I don't even know what it is.
Oh, I'll send you a bottle.
TikTok who I watch a guy on TikTok about it, and I can't think something can be that bad.
Oh, it's fucking awful. It is awful.
Why do they make it?
It's a dare drink. It's Chicago proudness kind of bullshit. But
I've been Chicago several times. I've never heard of it.
Well, it's blue collar, like South Side shit. It's not like it's not tourist Chicago. It's like old school. Like I don't think they even really distribute it
around here.
I don't think they really distribute it anywhere outside of Chicago, and maybe like an hour around it. But like it's fucking awful. I mean, it is. It just tastes like feet and asshole, and it lingers in your mouth.
How can it? Oh God, I don't picture that.
Well, that's the thing. That's why it's one of those. If you fuck up in the campaign, you have to do it. So.
Oh, you give them a Lord?
But yeah, if you roll a 1 and you screw up, you shot. It's your punishment. So.
Oh wow, that's bad.
Yeah, it's a house rule.
That is terrible.
It's a house rule. It's fun. But. Yeah. So.
I'm asking Rob if he's alive. He probably forgot.
Well, whatever. He also.
I know.
Sometimes takes nights off too. I finally finished watching. Speaking of the TV show named after you, Old Man.
Oh, I gave up. When, oh God, what they were on the flight and she went to go talk to the guy he was trying to talk to at the beginning. After that, I just stopped.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I mean,
it's not bad. It's got a frustrating ending. The ending would probably bug you, but I'll probably drop a review because I don't have anything else to talk about. I'm not reviewing any more She-Hulk. There's no point.
Why?
Because there's no goddamn point. It's the same every week. There's nothing new to talk about. Like I can talk about, they showed the Wrecking Crew for 3 minutes. Yay. Like there's no new insights to be gained. It's such a light, fluffy show that there's nothing worth mentioning about it. And I
really didn't care. I really hated the version of the Wrecking Crew.
I mean, whatever. Like I know Mark from Legion Comics really hated it too. They've never been good villains. So
yeah, but they always looked better. They always, they
had the purple and the green. Not really. I mean, they look bro douchey like a boy band in this one, but like whatever.
They really didn't say it was them anyway, but still, I mean, you knew
it was the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, they were the Wrecking Crew, but whatever.
I'm enjoying it for what it is.
I'll watch it because it's only half hour long. Have you watched Lord of the Rings?
No, we don't have what do you call it anymore. So.
Amazon. Yeah, there's somebody.
He's alive. He's steamed and caught in California, and
how many jerseys do you own now, man?
I like baseball jerseys.
Yeah, fair. I like that one. I like the Rebel Scum.
Well, yeah, they fit our fat bodies perfectly.
That's right.
I don't own any, but
I'm not a hockey jersey guy, so I can't do the Smith.
Yeah.
But I can do it with baseball jerseys. So
we've been talking alcohol at the moment, so
we fucking go to whatever. We're talking television and She-Hulk.
Well, yeah, no, I heard you say that it was. I was listening. Catching it as I started to jump on and realized, oh wait a second, I was just in a tank top because it's freaking hotter than balls here.
Yeah, you guys are in the middle of some nasty shit over there.
We're only 94.
It was 107 here at my house. My wife said it was 111 at City Hall where she was at.
You have AC though, right? At least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, California has AC. We do too, actually. My wife's been running it all day. I don't know how it's going to be, but I went down to St. George last week and just that 40-minute trip down there went from we were like 90 maybe 110.
Yeah.
I mean,
now my son, I know it's warm when I talk to my son and he's not wearing a flannel. But they got AC here. Yeah, that's good. I mean, but at the same time, we got to run it. Try to be careful with it right now, just because.
Yeah, you guys get shut down.
Yeah, they're doing rolling.
They're doing
power outage.
Yeah,
rolling power outages. Yeah, and because demand's peaks on it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I've kind of run out of shows, but not really. But now, finally watched. I switched over, got rid of Peacock, and switched over to Paramount, and I'll probably end up getting rid of HBO Plus. But I was watching finally because they gave me a deal with Paramount Plus for $3 extra. You get Select, no, Star, not Stars, one of those. Oh God, not
Old
HBO.
Man rambles about TV shows. Yeah,
whatever the other cable shows. No, but I watched the final season of Dexter. When they redid the final.
Oh yeah, Showtime.
Finally, Showtime. Yeah, they finally came to an end of the show. So I was happy.
I have not seen it. I've heard how it ends. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you have Paramount, you should watch the Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
That's what I'm doing now. Is going through those. So, but I'm watching the beginning Dexter again, the original 10 seasons of the first show.
Okay.
I've run out of things to watch until new shows start.
I literally just gave you another option.
I know, and I will. I will. I've been just looking at what's on Paramount. You know, I'm going.
Are you not? You're not really a Star Trek guy, though, are you?
I was back in the day.
Well, then you probably like this one.
Big Pass is here, but you ain't got no.
Well, you can throw them on video, on audio.
You need a camera on you, dude.
It's still loading. We'll see. First time, buddy. You gotta be gentle.
Are
you not? You're not. Now we got you, man. What's up, man? How you doing?
He was. Eddie was just afraid of getting the big key.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Get a camera on you. Oh, feedback.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get that penis, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been going around. People let people on without seeing who's on there first, getting a visual confirmation, and then they get the big schlong.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bert got schlong, then I don't know who else, but
Remy.
Well, couldn't happen to two more worthy folks.
I don't think we'll ever get schlonged. All we want anybody we don't know.
Oh, I would. I don't care. Whatever. If people really want to whip out their junk, who cares?
Oh, you got I'm showing the one. This is my favorite card. I'm showing from that one, the Spider-Man series.
Oh yeah.
Some of the artwork on this was pretty good, but the Mary Jane still is probably my favorites. But they're just cool. Even though people are going fucking ape shit over them, spending $600 a box.
Well, it's good seeing Juan for a couple minutes.
I think he's trying to fix his connection, but
he was also on the phone too. So
and I got a lot of.
But really, not much in the way of comic books. I have only one thing coming in the mail, and then this showed up today, leaving me down to 12 books to finish the X-Men. But I have nothing coming. I'm actually going to have to get a Heroes box to do a video.
I got stuff, and then I'm trying to also at the same time collect things for.
Oh shit!
C3.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope she's okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope she's all right, man.
So.
Oh yeah, another problem. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. Take care of that. What was it, Rob? Go.
I said I've just been trying to gather up some stuff also for like C3 because I want to try and like be able to throughout the event when we're doing it start doing stuff like I want to be able to like do like 5-book pulls or something for donations or something like that type thing. But I gotta get a bunch of inventory.
Yeah,
I'll probably do a live painting on that, and then I'll give away and do some other stuff too, some giveaways or whatever and stuff.
Yeah, because what we're gonna do is looks like
by the way, I don't know what C3 is. Sorry.
Comics curing cancer.
Oh,
so we're gonna do the event this year. It's gonna be a little bit different. Obviously, Cardboard Crazies, he kicked it off last year, but he has a kid on the way, which will be coming right about the time we're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
And so I got kind of volunteered to run, to kind of spearhead. So we're doing over October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So we're not going to do any like 24-hour marathon stuff. But
you pussy.
No, but what we're gonna do is instead of hosting it just on one channel too, we're gonna spread it out and engage different people with different circles. Because what we all have, some of these content creators, we all have circles of people, and there's overlap, but there's also a lot of this not. And rather than put it on one channel, like if I just host it on my channel, I have a sphere of influence. But if I put some stuff on Mark's channel and some stuff on DJ, and I get Spine Ticks involved, and I can get the C-list villains involved and stuff. Now you start branching out and getting different spheres that are more, better.
Yeah.
And so kind of the idea is that like Friday and Saturday would be a mix of shows. Some stuff might be people just doing stuff that's specific, trying to raise funds, like doing, maybe Taylor's on doing a live drawing or something, and some stuff like I'm going to do my Only Slab show, and then we're probably going to do the Only Slab quickies afterwards. So we'll do have several people come on, do like 5 to 10 books, because some people have always wanted to do that anyways, and during that time basically kind of do a kind of like the old fundraising pledge drive type thing.
Yeah.
Hey, let's take a moment and remind. Here's where we're at, and
makes sense.
And,
I'll reach out to that Spider-Man booth too, because they're always stuff too.
And then essentially driving towards Sunday would be essentially we would drive is going to be the main auction event, right? Yeah. Right. So the slabs that people donate or big pieces of art, we're going to try to reach out to a couple of artists that are that certain channels know really well.
Sure, like Austin and...
Well, there's also, I don't know, but like even like reaching out to some
actual
comic book.
I'm not some professional working comic artists.
Correct.
Yeah.
As opposed to just professional artists.
Yeah.
And such, right. So that's kind of our hope. Is kind of get some of those bigger things, some of that stuff to kind of do the Sunday, and we'd all be throughout that Friday and Saturday. We would be promoting that auction thing, which will be our big thing. But throughout the thing, I'm hoping to be able to do like the stuff on my channel. I hope to be able to do some time where I'm just doing, like I said, some blind bags or blind, something like that, just to help kind of.
When is this happening again?
October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. There'll be a lot more information coming as it goes. I'm going to be probably, I'm kind of reaching out to a few people right now, different groups, getting the ball rolling, and then going to at some point here have a meeting, schedule a meeting with some of the big channels that have, some of the main channels that have agreed to host content, whatever thing, so we can kind of talk about it and then continue to go from there. Because we want to. The goal is last year that Chris set the goal at $8,000, so we definitely want to hit that again, if not surpass it.
Chris?
Yep. What's up, Chris? I would say Taylor, if you're doing one on your channel, count me in. I'll find some stuff to give away.
I don't know if I'll end up hosting because I don't have a lot of live viewers anymore.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that we'll do. I'll do stuff and I'll have people on at various things. And,
we'll figure it out.
So at the convention, I'll look for. I've got $600-$700 to spend in 2 weeks of that show. So,
it could also be stuff. Eddie, it could just be stuff you already have too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go through. Well, I'm gonna go through
cool stuff,
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go through some of the stuff that I have. For there's two different kind of levels of stuff, right? There's whether if you're doing blind bags and stuff versus just doing whether you're doing other stuff. So I'm going to look for some stuff that's for the auction. I'm going to look for some stuff for blind bags. I'm going to talk to my LCS. Like I'm going to sit there and say, hey, like, here's what I'm doing with the American Cancer Society. I'm not necessarily going to ask my LCS owner to donate necessarily, but to help me. Hey, what do you have that I can buy, at cost or something, right? So and if she then volunteers to want to go ahead and donate, knock yourself out. But I'm gonna start with the easy ask, which is just help me out at cost. What do you have? Some stuff in your pack.
I just figured that what I have set up right now, I'll look for some extras here and there. I always do.
Yeah.
I can get some good deals on some Silver Age stuff. I can do like a Silver Age based mystery box or something.
Yeah, I mean, because ideally, like I said, I'm thinking like for me, my mentality is I'd like to get like, I do the pull box already, so like if I can get like, additional stuff, so that way I don't just wipe out my giveaway inventory. But I mean, I have, a bunch of stuff that I can do that where it's like, okay, hey, look, it's $5 book pulls, whatever it is, $50. Are you going to get your value? Maybe not. I'm not guaranteeing your value, but you're making a donation to the American. Here's what you're going to get, right? But you might get some. Obviously the shipping. It's a lot of shipping costs potentially in there for me, but hopefully people will make donations to offset that. I don't know.
How are you going to do that? How do they do those? I'm just curious how they do the donation type stuff.
So there's a web portal that's set up with the American Cancer Society that I'm an admin on, and then people will be able to go to that website and they'll be able to make a donation, and it shows up people who made donations and whatnot.
Also, they don't have to even pay you or anybody else at all. Just
no, they're gonna. It's a direct portal directly to the American Cancer Society.
Cool. That's
the way to links
do it.
Yeah. So because last year it was done through a GoFundMe or whatever it was, but it was so successful last year. The American Cancer Society made it an official thing. Nice. So this is actually Comics Curing Cancer is an official American Cancer Society fundraising.
Which is better because all the money goes to them instead of having GoFundMe take the cut, and then you don't have to deal with GoFundMe, which is kind of a dickhead thing, anyways. So
absolutely.
Yeah, when I was like, who do you deal with, and they decide to take your taxes. I don't know. It's kind of like I thought you figure. I was hoping you find that way. I think it also. That's what I can put together. I can put together a few sheets of cards with a bunch of like signatures and stuff like that.
Oh, whatever, man.
From baseball cards to Star Wars to
all kinds of stuff.
Any Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
not much left on my Hot Wheels. I'm really running low. I don't buy anymore. I get the online ones only. I get like the cool ones I want to keep, and that's it.
So like I said, I want to be able to do mixture of stuff. I want to have my show. I'm going to have, like I said, the quickies. I'm going to do some stuff where it's just sitting around, hang out. That's what we're also going to do. Like we're going to kick off the thing most likely on Mark Legion of Comics channel. His Friday morning community hangout be kind of the kickoff of the kind of whole thing. Roll a little bit on Friday, then into DJ Links is going to do his Friday in the mix show that we'll kind of utilize as well. And like I said, my only slabs. Hopefully, I'm sure that Remy will be down for Remy's place, and I'm hoping the Spine Ticks guys will come on board as well, and get some of those different shows going and tying in and promoting and trying to drive traffic to try to raise some funds.
Well, I'll be around. I'll definitely be around the weekends and dropping my car off to get it repainted. Part of it, so I wouldn't have a vehicle to go anywhere even if I wanted to. So I'll be around.
Captive audience. Yep. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. That's the rough sketch. My vision after thinking about it solidly for one full day.
That's a solid vision, Rob.
Well, we'll get to it. Oh.
Yeah.
So
there you go, Eddie. You're You're gonna leave your own show in the middle of this again this week. I'm tired. I'm gonna go.
No, I felt like crap yesterday. I read last week. I was still getting over it. Today I was getting cough.
Yes, and DJ, if it's gonna be on your channel, that makes you Senior Trump.
Ooh. So he's the orange-headed whack. No, forget it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Way to drive away a valuable member of our team.
DJ won't come on and talk to us about it. He's too proud to
talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I sent out a message yesterday via Instagram to a few people, starting to kind of spread the idea. And then Mark wanted to hop on a video call to discuss it because he had some questions. And I said, "Yep, okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do a video call with some of the other people, anyways. Set up one, but I just started putting out the beginnings of the feelers."
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm just giving them a hard time. So, in the comic realm, anybody else up to anything else? But reading anything fun?
I read the first 30 issues of Saga today.
Oh wow,
Saga!
I got notification of movement on a shipment at CBCS moving through, finally making progress. It went from received to scheduled for grading to in grading to encapsulation all today.
So that means they're really behind on their updating of the customers still.
Yeah. Well, it just means they picked up the stack, they moved it in, somebody graded them, and then passed them off the desk all in one day.
Yeah.
My last two CGC books.
Or they finally got around to updating it on their site today. It could have been
tomato.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so that means that hopefully in a week or two, I'll get some books back. And I was like trying to remember what it was, because it was like I know it was one of the submissions that got broken into like 3 different segments because of the different ages on the books. But there's some of my ASM stuff. My first 100 ASM books are in there. There's probably about 10 of those, but the biggest book in there I think is my my Golden Age Shadow bondage cover
Nice.
So I'm kind of excited to see if that comes back because I think that was a solid mid-grade book. So I'm hoping it comes back at least a 5.5, 5.0. Hope maybe even better. We'll see.
I just checked CGC, and I've got 2 that have been sitting there since 3.7. Their economy, they're 2 old X-Men, but I don't even know how long I have to wait. Everything else has passed through.
Wait, are they pre-1975?
Yeah, they're old.
Then it's 200 and something days.
Yeah, when it went in there, it was only 100 days.
It doesn't matter what it was when you sent it in,
Yeah.
which is the biggest BS in the planet, but it's always what it is now.
So I'll get another 6 months before I'll see those last 2.
At least they're old X-Men. They're not gonna fluctuate in value on you.
No, I am gonna send stuff. I talked with your guy Rob, and he can fix that. No offense to Pressable, whoever that guy was, comic pressing that on Instagram. He took that poor Predator number 1,
Burks guy.
the Predator number 1, yeah, and did nothing with it. I spent $33. He tried to repress something else, and then pressed one thing, which I worked out fine. But I only sent him 3 books. But the Predator has that wavy from the water damage. He said it was water damage. According to your guy, Rogue Trader, he says he'll be able to take care of it. So I'm going to send him a few other books once I get back from the show in 2 weeks.
He'll probably put it in a humidity chamber and.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I was going to take a ride up to Salt Lake and drop them off, but yeah. I have like 0. I mean, I want to go to the convention, see if I can pick up some other stuff. Maybe send him 1 or 2 old X-Men that are in decent shape.
Well, I just sent him my Submariner book, that Timely Comics one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be there.
Get rid of that Australian smell for you.
Well, he's going to do a full mold remediation.
Yeah.
And try to reduce some of the foxing stuff on it. And so he says, it'll probably be, this one's going to be with me a little longer. He says, this is probably like going to be, with all the stuff I have to do to it, it's probably going to be maybe up to 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm all, hey, at this point in time, I'm not even playing for a grade bump. I'm playing just to preserve it because if it's molding and growing, that's just not
a bad thing.
That's, and so I just want to preserve it. But if I do get a grade bump out of it, then that'd be nice because.
Where are you going to send it to?
Oh, it's going to CGC.
Not Super Bowl.
Well, dude, here's the thing. That book at CGC right now, it's got what it costs for grading. That's that's an express book. It's a 10-day or 5-day turnaround time or something like that.
Yeah.
At the same price that I would have to send it to CBCS, it would be, cost me more and it would be slower.
Yeah,
so
CBCS is really shooting themselves in the ass lately. Like, I don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till you get back from the show. Send a few to him to press, and then I'm gonna send it a few more of those. I'm gonna have him press the last 2 copies of the. I don't even know if it's worth anything anymore. I better go check first. That the Black Panther number 3 first Tussin. I have a few more of those laying around. I figured I'll get those graded anyway just to have it. I'm not sure if that book has gone to the shitter or not. The number 200, I don't know, the first appearance of whatever that guy's name is. But I guess I should take a look.
Well, I mean, it's in a lull right now because they haven't done anything with the character. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to be. I'm assuming he's not making his way into the movie.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Yeah. Super Mole. I mean, economy books are 223-day turnaround time. That's working days. So
yeah,
that's a year.
That's a year basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
But if you want to fast track it, it's only 20 days.
Yeah.
I would have fed those 2 just for the X-Men. But it really doesn't matter. It's number 49. That should be a really good book. I think I got it from JPOS for like $50, which it's only $100 plus book. It's the first Polaris.
So here's how CBCS has really killed themselves, right? When you play in this realm with these older books, all right, where we're not just dealing with the flippers, we're talking about the collectors, right? You're talking about books that you're going to go on. CGC says, okay, it's 223 days, but for $15 more, for $40 or for $50, you can have it back in 20 days. Versus if you go to CBCS, It's also like 220 something days just for grading on those older books. But if you want it back in 14 days, it's going to cost you $80.
Oh, damn.
So that it used to be, it was about the same when they did their first introduced the Express 14-day turnaround time. But then very shortly thereafter, once we saw Steve leave CBCS, all of a sudden they announced the price increase and it went to 80. And it was like, well, I'm not sending you a book for, how many books can I send you at $80 a pop for that? I mean, if they're really a high value, sure. But then that's a different price tier, because this is up to $1,000 on CBCS. So,
Oh, wow.
So anything over $1,000 costs even more than that. Of course, the CGC right now, what we're talking about is only up to $400. There's different things, but even still, I mean, you got to go $1,000. It's okay. $1,000 is $80 for standard, and 18-day turnaround time. So that's where CBCS got their number. Is they said, oh, we'll do the same $80 up to $1,000, and that gives you and we give it to you in 14 days. That's quicker. So we're better than CGC in their mind, but they forgot the whole $400 and under realm in the process, where it's a big difference.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be. I just send it straight modern grading because those books I have. I got a first appearance of Batman Who Laughs. It's been pressed. It's like the second.
Yeah, but those are modern books. I'm not talking about modern books. I'm talking about
the older stuff. Yeah.
For modern books, I'm going to CGC anyways, because the turnaround time's only 20 days without having to. I'm not even going to pay fast track. I get 20-day turnaround right now, no fast track. Why even pay for fast track?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're just really that trying to get it on the street that fast, there's no point paying for fast track on modern right now, which is good.
I really don't think there's any books that have been out in the last 3 months that are worth turning around for that. I'm not sure I could even think of one that's come out that's like lately. Nothing that's come out is like shot up and done well.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I'm grading company agnostic, right? I don't care. I'll use them all. I got a couple of books I'm prepping to send to EGS just for getting ready for their new cases, just so I can test out their new cases and do a review on them. Right
there, you go. I've got nothing out in any of them. I'm not grading anything right now.
I do like. I mean, look, Tony, who runs EGS, I do like his. He's very transparent about the grading system, and he's talking about potentially doing some more stuff to be even more transparent. And I like actually doing tutorials and stuff on how they grade books using the Overstreet guide is his chart, right? But yeah, CBCS has been demoted my Sig Series books. Yeah, that's it, really. If I only need
signature for, as if you don't
signature verification is the only reason to use them really right now.
Yeah,
and I've seen them even screw that up
because their slabs are so, and they'll be good for magazines once again.
I like their slabs. I like their slabs. Their slabs.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what kills me is that they gained the market. They started gaining respect of everybody, and then they jacked their prices through the roof, and didn't. Where are they investing that money in?
Yeah, not customer service.
No, it's not customer service. It's in a new building?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
That's the stuff that customers don't give a shit about because we don't see any returns on it.
Right. Well, and some of them saw less as books got lost, right? So
exactly.
There you are.
And people are like, oh, but they owned up to their error. I'm like, they owned up to their error when they were called out publicly.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, I had that same response to somebody else. Somebody did a video on how CGC fixed, somebody screwed up somebody's book and then resolved the issue and was praising CGC in their story for, coming up and being a premier grading company and taking care of the issue, resolving the issue. But something to do with like during the book was sent in cracked to be cracked and regraded, or was cracked, pressed, sent in for regrading, and in the process, the book ended up going down multiple grades because of some issue, and they told the guy basically that's initially told them we're not responsible. You signed a thing saying you understand that this could happen during the pressing process or whatever, because I guess you had it pressed at CGC. And then they did some more complaining, and then eventually CGC worked something out with them, and he was praising them. And I responded, if they were really truly a premier grading company, as you're suggesting, they would have addressed this issue when it was first brought up and not waited until it was damage control, because there was a bunch of videos out going on about this thing, you know?
Yeah. And
so that's the same thing with CBCS.
With CBCS, they're like, oh, they lost 367 books. Oh no, but they're making it up for it. Yeah, after they got fucking called out. Like
so
after.
So what are they doing? Well, we're investigating to understand how this could happen and try to address issues so it doesn't happen again. Well, maybe you don't ship the books out from your facility unless you're shipping them to the owner.
Yeah, like that's just
maybe
maybe for moving facilities have plans in place for all that. Like,
look, I don't know how any of these guys do inventory, right?
Yeah,
but I know how I would do inventory as as I used to run a warehouse for a chain of audio video stores, everything from cables to TVs, right? Over my 3 years running the place, we had less than $100 in shrink. Okay, because we freaking could control our inventory and manage it out of the warehouse, right?
Yeah.
So I know how to handle and account for inventory. And what you would do on these stupid things, if I was running one of these shops, everything that comes in, you already have your packing list that have barcodes, right? You're zapping that, and it's going to spit out whatever barcodes you have you're going to put one of those sticky barcodes on each one of these freaking cover, they're in bags and boards on each one of those, so it can be tracked back to what that is, right? Because you don't have people put their names and stuff on these comics, because you're trying to say, I don't want people to know whose books are whose. So fine, a generic barcode. So if you need to track it, you can. And they go in whatever tray or whatever, it's got a barcode on it, and wherever you scan it, wherever you're putting it on whatever shelf, there's a barcode designation for that within your racking and such, where you're assigning it. So you have inventory of everything. It's just like you would do it essentially like cargo containers on a shipping port.
Yeah. Or like IKEA.
Yeah.
Where you have to go find the shit in their warehouse every time.
And and it will be that is it 100% perfect? No, there's no 100% perfect system. But until we get our Rogue One robotic control center that's moving them all around for us, there's going to be dropouts from the wireless transmitters, etc. But I mean, I know where my shit was, and you know what? Once I received it, it wasn't shipping out until it was going back to the owner.
Person,
my graders are not. I'm not sending it out to somebody else to unbox it and check it in, or I mean, that's what it was a weird thing. It made it sound like they were shipping out stuff to somebody else just to check it in, not necessarily to grade it, but it was like being checked in. It's like, how is that cost effective?
There's a reason they're charging $80 for bullshit now, Rob.
Right? No, exactly. Holy cow! Because then they're unboxing it, checking it in, and then what? They're then packaging it and shipping it back.
Yeah, they could do all that shit via Zoom for cheaper. If they, I don't get it. Yeah,
go down to Home Depot and get a bunch of.
Yeah. Meanwhile, guys, I hate to break this to you, but I think Eddie died.
Yeah. It was a mercy killing.
Yeah, he's an old man. He had the COVID and the gout and the rot. Just the old man rot. You'll understand when it happens to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh, now he's back. After I accused him of dying on us.
Wife's car decided to throw a bunch of errors on her way down to work. So she's trying to ask me what she should do about it. It threw slow down, threw an engine light, an oil light. So they told her to physically slow down. So she did or whatever, pulled over for a minute, and it went off. And so she calls me to ask me what she should do about it. And first tell her, well, I'm kind of on live right now. So she hangs up. So I
know you got problems, but I'm live.
Well, no, she said it turned off. I said, I'm not sure what to do. So I called her back and I said, okay, now what I would do would be tomorrow, We have an extended warranty on it, even though we've gone 45,000 miles on the damn car in a year. I said, take it by there and get their opinion on why it did it. Let them run a computer through it. And the first thing she says, well, it's off now. I don't want to do that. Don't fucking call me and ask me what you should do about something. And the moment I can't tell you what you should do about it, I'll forget it. I'm not going to do that. Why call me at all? Well, it was happening.
Love and marriage.
Fuck.
Check all your fluid levels. First thing, check all your fluid levels.
Yeah, she just got an oil change like 3 weeks ago. So
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know. That's why
I had a brand new car that I took or had less than its first oil change. So it was probably around 5,000 miles. Went in, had the oil changed, drove off the lot, and 3 blocks down the road, the car crapped out. And when they came down there, they checked it, and it ended up adding 2 more quarts of oil. And I was like, well, so you guys sent me out here saying that I had 5 quarts of oil and you only put 3 in? He's, oh, no, we would have put, no, we put 5 in. So then there's 7 quarts of oil in my car now? No, there's 5. But my receipt said 5 and you sent me out and now you just added 2. That meant there was only 3. So you lied on your invoice. No. We just go around this circle game. But essentially, yes, they did. They didn't put enough oil in it.
She's so desperate to talk to me about it, and it's like she's not giving me my fucking advice anyway.
Yeah, exactly, John.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, no, I was just telling her there's nothing I can do about it right now. What would you like me to do? Tomorrow morning, she's down by the dealership we bought it at. We have an extended warranty. You drop her daughter. She got to drop her daughter off after work anyway. On the way out of town, stop by, have them look into it for a minute. Take you 20 minutes, and she goes, well, I don't really want to do that. It's it's okay now.
No,
so why'd you call me? It's okay now.
Super Moly, no, it didn't. They didn't put the other 2 quarts in. They're trying to cover their ass when I kept calling them out for.
Well, they don't know. Nobody needs a lot, Rob. Who knows what you did to the car?
Well, I was also wearing
trained on the way out the door.
Yeah, in 2 minutes after I pulled off. I was also wearing a police T-shirt at the time too, so
nice.
He didn't know who I was.
The band or the
no, no, as in officer of the law.
Yes, I assumed. But, that's why I asked. It was because
yeah. No, Eddie's wife doesn't watch his show.
No, nobody watches Eddie's shows. Not even Eddie.
Yeah, we barely watch his show. Yeah,
barely. I mean, I'm scrolling through other shit while everyone's talking on here. So
that's right. Well, as you should. But yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to get everybody around me to go get there. By the way, a lot of Walgreens are now have the rollout for the new booster variants. So check with your Walgreens and get the next booster shot. You fucking heathens. So,
I need more microchips.
Yes.
But if I get the microchip, won't the FBI come to raid my house?
Well, probably, but then you just put the porn underneath your gun and you're fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you have right to bear arms. And so, yeah, you're good. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, well, I have to have it in case I have a random mass stabbing attack come by my place.
Yeah, that's the argument for why we can't have gun control. But listen, here's the thing. if the dude had guns, a whole lot more people would be dead in Canada. Hell yeah, John.
Well, I want somebody to go on a mass hammer attack. So I want to see like 33 people got hammered.
Me too. And before every attack, I wanted to go up to somebody and be like, stop. Hammer time. Yeah. I wish there were nanobots flowing through my body. That would keep me in better repair.
You're assuming that's what their job would be to do.
Or to kill me faster. Either way, either result is fine.
Because I've seen, nanobots backfire. I watched Red Dwarf. I see how it ends.
Either way, it's all
next thing you know, we're in a duplicated universe. All the dead people are back alive, and we still got no chance with the hot girl that we loved.
I call that a lateral move.
At least this time when they say the dead are voting, there's a reason for it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm assuming you've not watched any of the Lord of the Rings because you don't give a shit, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Apparently Amazon doesn't give a shit either, since I hear that they've pulled like access to some stuff or something because like
they
getting...
pause their reviews because a bunch of racist trolls, but
nice.
Yeah. Who
So
could have predicted that? But
a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah.
The internet? No.
Yeah, exactly.
I would almost agree with you, Super Mole, except that Red Dwarf keeps coming back. Remember, I think, I don't know, the last season was only like a year or two ago. It's kind of lived past its greatness. I mean, when androids and holograms are aging really badly, it's...
You mean like Data in Picard?
How bad does he look in Picard?
Pretty fucking. He looks like fucking Brent Spiner looks with gold makeup. Yeah, like
there's only so much.
Unless they're doing the full on, we're just calling him dead and swapping it out for a hologram. You're not, or
maybe he's like, hey, why don't you wear a mask? We have a mask of you when you were younger. Why don't you just wear that?
Yeah, like
no. After
kind of like Leatherface,
Super Mole, they did so they brought it back a little bit and they did like episode or seasons 10 and stuff, but then it went on hiatus again. And then on Dave, which is a streaming network in the UK, I think it is. Anyway, so they had new seasons. I think that it was also available on the BBC streaming service or BritBox, or one of those has it. But they have like seasons 11, 12, 13, 14, something like that. I haven't really sat down and watched that much of it. I started to watch it again, and I was like, oh, wow, I would really like to go back and watch the original seasons. And some of these later seasons are rough.
I've never actually watched the show. I've heard really good things. It's just not.
I have no idea what it is. So
Red Dwarf.
I vaguely remember something, but
yeah, it's a British sci-fi comedy. The Cliff Notes: a dude smuggles a cat on board. They detect it. They tell him he has to give up the cat so they can kill it. He doesn't want to. They put him in a cryogenic freeze for the balance of the ship. The ship's ride. Ship ends up having a radiation leak. Kills everybody on board. The computer waits the million years for it to be safe. Lets him out, and he's the only person left alive on the ship. And it brings back a hologram. And then there's a humanoid that evolved from the cat, because the cat turns out to be pregnant, and they later on pick up an android, and wackiness ensues throughout the rest of Cosmos.
Okay.
Yes. It's actually good, though.
Reminds me of Buck Rogers. I watched the Buck Rogers. I found the original Buck Rogers movie on, what was the TV show? Maybe the TV show, and I watched the first episode. Oh wow, that did not age nicely.
Oh, but what's been fun? Go watch American Movie Classics on Saturdays. They're running the serials, the Flash Gordon serials, the old Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon's Conquers the Universe. That is good stuff right there, man.
I mean, I'd probably rather watch that than the Buck Rogers TV, because the Buck Rogers TV series is never really good.
I was just finding random shows. When I was bored. We got that whole Vivo TV. You can go through all these different free shows and stuff. And so I just been, if I found something I hadn't seen in 30 years, I watched it for 5 minutes and went, yeah, I know I wouldn't watch that again. Move on to the next.
Yeah, Chris, that's probably true. All those serials probably are here on YouTube, but there's something about coming and having it once a week show, just like it was in the theater back in the day. That's just kind of nice. I don't know.
So we asked this earlier, Rob. Has anybody seen? I know Taylor says he hasn't. No boxes out there that look like worth getting, because I'm going to severely run out of anything to do on my channel real quick here.
You could read a book.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen.
I think about it every once in a while.
I was just thinking about this the other day, that I was kind of need to find potentially a box or something. But the only one I saw earlier today, I think it was oh God, one of the guys who does them all the time. I'm forgetting his name.
Fletch has 100.
Fletch, yeah, there you go. Fletch had one, but I looked at his previews and it was nothing that, there were some books there that were good. it was nothing that was my cup of tea.
Nothing from
And
the
so,
slabs.
so I didn't want to spend the money just for the sake of having something there to unbox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like as we said, he showed off all 5, slabs, and there was nothing I needed, and I would just use it for fodder in another box. I mean, I
Well,
like the Raw too, but all the X-Men he showed there, I already have. So
I mean,
I
you're also pretty specific in your taste, though, Eddie. So like you're finding a box.
well, if I can find one that has the older stuff in it, or I don't know what, how do I put it this way, or if I don't know what the slabs were, I would have
Yeah.
rather. I like being surprised.
Well, then go buy
I'll
a Southern
tell you.
Comic Geek box.
Huh?
Then go buy one for Southern Comic Geek.
Oh, you've already said it's not to. So
Well, so Southern Comic Geeks boxes that he did, yes, everybody hit value, but I mean that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
not impossible to do. I mean, it's almost impossible not to do given 20 raw books, but
the way he
there
also came up with that value is if he didn't know the value for the Raw, he put it at $3, which is not
right.
a great way to go about it.
Yeah, well, but it gives you so many damn books. I mean, it's
I mean, I get it. I get it.
I mean, basically, you're getting $23 books. It's almost how
20,
it is.
50-cent books, but yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot of books.
And then he assigns a $15 value to his own exclusive, which that might be what he was trying to sell it for, but that's not necessarily what its value is, right? Yeah, but some of this. So there's 50 boxes.
That's a lot of them. Yeah,
there's a lot of them, right? You're fun, and there's a few key chase books, right? So we
one of the chases has already been hit.
I know that Johnny 5 hit the he hit the Ultimate Fallout 4 in an 8.5 signed by Bagley.
And Brock's Monster hit one of the other Ghost books that was signed. I can't.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, he hit that Red Hood.
Yeah.
Ghost book, and then I know somebody hit a Green Lantern.
Oh, DJ hit the 1.8, right? Or was it
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some various different things that were out there. I mean, I open up. Mine will open up on Thursday is when it's going to air.
Nice.
I didn't hit a chase book.
Gotcha.
I got nearly excited for a moment when I saw the slab, and then I had tempered results once.
The only reason I would have gotten into it is for the raffle for the if it's
well, that's the thing, right? I mean, as far at the end of the day, the slab I got, I'm not unhappy with it because actually I have the book as a raw that I was contemplating sending in to get slabbed anyways at some point. I just didn't know when it was going to fit into my schedule, so this saves me that hassle of doing that. And so from that aspect, I'm not unhappy with it. I'm also happy to help him with his daughter's wedding, right?
Yeah.
And if I get a chance, and if you get a chance, then potentially also at a Brave and the Bold 28.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden that becomes gravy on top.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, by the way, my wife says she figured out what she did wrong. She hit the gear. She hit the gear shift, so it was in manual, and was revving it like third or fourth gear way too high.
Ah, well, there you go.
That's what it was. So
it could be overheating and stuff along with it too.
I think she was probably in third gear going 80 miles an hour.
All right.
But that's all. She's like, I know what happened. I'm like, what happened?
Good. Yeah. That's what was in my CBCS shipment that's coming back is my Brave and the Bold 29.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, Southern Comic Geek, I thought, but I wanted to just keep it some fun. I was thinking about going back to Silverback Graphics. He had a $50 box shipped. It wasn't terrible, and he put some in. He put some weirder, interesting kind of stuff on it. What's up, Jib? So I mean, I was thinking, I thought about that and grabbing I just wanted like a few $50 or $30, $40 boxes just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, and Chris, if you were thinking about doing them, that we've done a bunch of them over time, and it is a bit of a chore to go through it, but essentially you have inventory. That's always helpful. It's it's figuring out what the price point is that you want to try to sell for, and then figuring the problem is that for most people, most successful Instagrammer boxes are not retailers selling boxes.
Yeah,
right?
they're not in it to make money.
So they're looking to move inventory and recoup some dollars, but
Yeah.
not necessarily
Yeah.
maximize profit. So typically you'll see people doing, you know, if I'm doing a box, it's $100 mystery box that I'm targeting my value at a roughly 50%. You know, for me, I try to hit 50%, but some people are a little bit lower, anywhere from I've
Yeah.
seen as low as like 25 to 30% over value on up, you know, and then of course depending on whether or not you're doing chase books, and they don't have to have slabs. Some people would
I do
much
both.
there's a lot of people who would much rather get $100 mystery box that's all raws and has, you know, like 10 raws for $100, where there's some good books in there, you know, some keys or some minor keys or whatever that, you know, that they get their value from those. There's a lot of people who would much rather dig that than getting a slab that holds most of that value, but there's a higher chance that it might be something that they don't care for. Whereas a 10 book lot, you say, hey, it's like mostly, you know, silver and bronze age, and it's, you know, major, you know.
I started planning the next box, and I get just a few, you know, key slabs if I go the slab way. If not, you know, it's going to be a mix. It just kind of depends what I have, what I find.
Yeah,
I'll actually go out and look for stuff for fun.
The last one I did, I don't think. Oh no, the last one I did had slabs, but the ones before that didn't have slabs.
Yeah, and then like to expand on what Rob's saying, there's two other ways to do it. Either you either have it where every box is pretty well over value if you want to make people happy, or you do it where they're about at value with a chance at a big book.
Yeah, $50 box. Okay, yeah. So typically, yeah, that's $50 box, $100 value.
Yeah.
People would be super stoked on that. I know I'd jump on one of those for certain, if not two. The you know, and usually that you hit your hit. You know, when I make mine, I go whatever I'm doing. Okay, hit book. You know, I kind of sort the books into categories based on either their value or, you know, whatever, and then kind of go, okay, you get this, and it's balancing around trying to make them as even as possible, and it can be fun. But I definitely recommend on your first go round, definitely don't bite off more than you chew. Don't go try to do a nice 10 book run or something, box run for your first go round, see how that goes, and then go there, because it's going to be it's a lot. It can be a lot of work, and you have the disadvantage of additional shipping costs.
And the community's rough on boxes.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are. But at a $50 box,
no,
people are very lenient.
That's a good price point because it's not breaking the bank.
No,
for life.
I've never seen anybody rip anybody apart on a $50 box, because it's like you have minimal in. You know, there's shipping cost in there, or even if it's 50 plus shipping, you know, you still feel like, okay, hey, as long as I get. At that point, you're saying, hey, did I hit a value? I got over value? Great. Is there one book in here that I liked? Yep. Fabulous.
Question, Chris. Are you on Instagram? I was wondering.
Yeah, he's at.
Yeah. Which one is he? There's a bunch. I'm following a bunch of different ones with the same type of name, you know. But is it Chris at, or is it?
Well,
just asking, just to make sure I'm following the right one.
He's got multiple. So.
Someone give me a name. What is it? Which one is it? This is what I'm asking. If somebody can point it out to me. Yes, I'm adding now just to make sure.
He'll drop in the chat in a minute, I'm sure.
But yeah, I mean, my first box, I did a big ass box just for fun. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Retro Rock. Okay, that one I found. Okay, the other one I probably don't have then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my first run, I remember that one well, and that went pretty well. And I've had a few failed ones. I've only ever had one major guy going, I want my money back. Fine, dude, whatever. But
yeah, I'm sorry about that. But you know, that was just because it was all beat up and damaged, man.
Oh, it wasn't you. That's because the mail was But yes, I have done the one where you have like two $800 books. You know, I did those two, and then but every other box was at value or more. I mean, sometimes it even surprises the hell out of you because someone goes through and looks at the books differently than I did, and the value goes like the one I think Taylor got for me the one time. The value was double, and I'm like, oh wow, I did a pretty good box there. I was aiming at a certain level, and for some reason, some book, you know,
And now I've been disappointed with you ever since because you didn't hit.
Yeah, the hardest part is also what you decide the value is, right? That's there's a lot of people out there who just do last sold off eBay, and that can be, depending on when you look, that's a hit and a miss. So I never, that's fine for people who want to use it when they're opening their box. But as a person, when I'm making a box, I never use the last sold on eBay because the last sold might be a spike. So I always try to use some sort of, especially if it's
the average, like last 5 or 6.
Yeah, I go back and see what the last few.
Exactly.
I've had one go like a $20. It sells for $20, but then 2 weeks ago it sold for $3 this week, but 2 weeks ago it sold for $25, and 2 weeks before that it sold for $10.
And then try to look at it, and if you can, you also I try to look at it. Is there a trend? So like if I look at in the last month, and it was this that. Oh, dude, curated boxes now. Those are the ones even better. Yeah. I'm waiting for.
I couldn't give you much on that.
Well, also if you're talking older books, that's usually safer too. It's if like a lot of the people that are doing last solds and stuff are throwing in like doing it to price variance, and that's where
things go to hell in a handbasket.
Like
watching DJ open up that box. I don't know who it was from. It was like $300 box from.
Exactly, Chris. I mean, do some in store as well. That's I know. My LCS used to do. They used to have boxes. I was just looking the other day to see if it still had some because I was going to potentially buy some of them for the C3. But they used to have like some boxes that were like 5. I think there are 5 book bundles for like $15 or $20, or maybe it was something, whatever it was. But they'd be like all Marvel #1s, or all DC #1s, or all Image #1s, or mixed bag of #1s. And so they would like, a lot of them were like mini series or limited series #1s or something. But they got rid of a bunch of stuff some of that way. But I mean,
Guru in town, he doesn't get new books, but he has old books. He does $20 comic mystery boxes. But my thing about him is like he has a bunch of old books, but the way they grade on condition. They looked at the last sold, put a slapping $300 price tag on it. You realize the thing's got 10 different, spine ticks. So I'm afraid to buy those kind of.
Oh yeah, I was glad like the set that I bought a while back. Actually, it was about a month ago. I bought from Flip Mode for the $35 that I didn't turn around, and I moved it on the community garage or whatever. But all those books, when I opened them initially, a lot of them were graded on the back. Not by Flip Mode guys, but by whoever owned them before.
Yeah.
And their grading, whoever it was, obviously didn't know grading, because I was looking at certain books. I'm like, okay, they have this as a 7. I'm like, all getting all excited. Then I just pull the book out of the bag and board and go, okay, either they graded it only off the front cover, or they don't know their grading or something. And it's like, and I'll say, oh no, this is like a 4, 4, 5. And it's like, all right, well, tempered expectations here, but still. Well, it did well. Oh, okay, Chris, your package went out today in the mail. Now that I figured out, while packaging up your 2 books, I figured out what it was I sent by mistake. So I told Chris to intercept it. Chris had bought some books at the community garage sale from me.
Yeah.
And I was including them in a shipment I was sending to the Comic Vet. And I grabbed 2 books. I had the 2 books on my desk. I grabbed 2 books from my desk. I put them in a Gemini. I packaged them up, put them in the thing, and I sent out to Chris. And then the other day, I turned on my desk, and I see these 2 books here, and they're posted on it. And I look at it, and it says Retro Rocket Comics on it. Well, what the hell? And I look, sure enough, those are his books. What did I send to the Comic Vet?
Porn.
And I couldn't think of for the life of me what it was. And then the other day, while I'm packaging up Chris's books, the Comic Vet, or I'm looking through. All of a sudden, I say, "Oh, hey, where's that Detective 27 facsimile that I had?" Because I wanted to. I was going to use that as one of the books I send to
EGS or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, EGS to stuff. And sure enough, I'm like, oh, I can't find it, and I can't find the Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1 facsimile either. That was set up. I grabbed the 2 facsimiles and sent them by mistake. So Chris is going to Comic Vet's going to intercept them get them back to me. That's going to cost me money.
Those
That,
are going to be the most expensive facsimiles ever.
I know, no
Here they
doubt.
were. I think that one was like $8.99.
I know. But no, I know what. I don't send anything to Chris, the Comic Vets PO box. He actually doesn't give me that box. I just send it to him directly. I mean, it's the difference in cost is about $5. If I send it to his PO box, the cheapest rate for me is to send it on a priority flat rate, and for what I sent, it would have had to be in a medium-sized box, so it would have cost me $15 something. Shipping it in a padded envelope, the Gemini and hid the jersey. When I sent that via first class post, it's like $20. So it's not any significantly more. I just play around with shipping until I figure out where the scale of economy is. The only thing that sucks is I always hate when you send multiple things, like a shirt and comics, to Canada, because the post office only has one line for an HTS code for you, and they're two different things. So you got to figure out which HTS code do you use?
Yeah.
I just always put the one that's the most expensive.
Anybody
item.
excited for the anniversary of this? Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
I don't get what was going on with that. Why everyone was all hot to trot on it. I'm like,
Yeah, so the gold and silver versions or what?
That's a BTC exclusive, right?
Yeah. What's the other ones? Are they releasing it normally? I guess.
Who cares?
Really care.
I don't know.
I go pick up the original. Well, the Rebirth ones, the white ones, those are dollar bin bag books still, and the black ones are what, $10? If open, they're probably $5.
This one's signed by the editor.
Well, is that the white one open? I don't even remember.
No, I have no idea.
No, the white one is the Rebirth. It's got him like reaching out from like the.
Oh yeah. I've got a couple of these. I don't think I've ever opened them. I mean, I know I haven't opened that one, but I think I have a few others that I've never.
I don't even remember. That's the time I worked in a comic shop, was during those years.
I've read them collected, and they're not good. So I don't care. I don't know. Like, that was just the epitome of like a money grab move for me. So
it was right around the time of the death of Robin. Remember, they had the 6-part series. I remember those, and we flipped those books left and right as we could, even back then. So I had a bunch of those. I had the first appearance of Lobo, me and my partner, back when I first did comic conventions, about 30 years ago. I had a stack of the first appearance of Lobos about that high, and those, the 4 or 5 9.8s came out of those, was what I had left of that beforehand. So they were all in great shape. We paid $4 each.
Well, it's also just not an era I was really collecting. So I mean, I got these all sent to me by my buddy James. It just doesn't. He's like, "Here, I've sent you some books." I'm like, okay, so like, I've got a lot of random books from him. But,
what's nice about them is really just there's some nostalgia factor for some people that.
For the people that are in a different collecting era than I was.
The beginning. It was Image's first years is when that's why I worked at the comic shop.
Yeah.
That was Image. When Image first came out, we had McFarlane and Liefeld in the store to sign. We had a few other guys in the store. I've got a piece of artwork from a guy right there. He doesn't. I don't even think he does comic books anymore. But
well, I read the first 30 issues of Saga today, Flo, and I liked it. So
how was it?
You'll have to wait for the review.
I had to wait for the review. Got it.
No, I liked it so far. But
wow, yeah,
nice. Good. There you go.
It was good because that was probably the height of the black bag books. I mean,
hustle on with your bad self. Yeah.
Now here's a question.
When was that? That was like, I can't remember what year where that was. That
89.
Was it late 80s?
That's when I was working at the shop. I think it was last year. I go high school, maybe first year of college.
Oh, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But that was it before I got in. Excuse me, before I got into comics. Then
I started with my first book. I remember buying, besides the ones when I was really small, was Amazing Spider-Man 155. I bought in New York. I was probably I don't even know what year I was. I was too young to remember. Yeah. And then I remember going to the shop down in Claremont called the Packing House with my friend Jerome, owned a shop down there. and I got Secret Wars number 7. I turned
You're
around.
wrong. It's 1993.
93 was that one?
January 1993.
Well, which makes sense if the 30th anniversary is coming up. So
yeah, so it must have been toward. Well, I was in college.
So that means I was I was just starting my comics because I started collecting or reading comics in the fall of '92 because that's when the Great Spider-Man 2099 was released.
When was Secret Wars 7 out?
I don't care. I know when Spider-Man 2099 came out.
There you go.
It was the book that captured my imagination on the spinner rack at the PX, and I was happy to grab that and add it to my take home along with the new Fantastic Four versus the old Fantastic Four, so I could read and watch Wolverine.
No wonder you
Wolverine
like it.
November 10th,
slash his face.
November 10th, 1984. So that's when I started collecting hardcore. November 10th, because that's like the first one I remember buying. And then I went back and got 1 through 6. I still have the one.
I was really late.
But my wife probably conceived to the book.
My wife, my wife had been collecting for years before me, but I was late to the party. I remember the Toronto news station coming. You couldn't find.
Yeah, we had to have my mom take us to comic shops. Me and my friend, we would, she would drive us every week, and we'd hang out there for. It was Dazzler number 1 was right around then. The Miller Wolverine 1 through 4. No question.
If we're the Hay guys, then can Scott be the Straw Scott?
Sure.
And Spidey can be Alfalfa Spidey.
Okay, question. I got a con question for you guys. I haven't been to one in years. They're gonna have people signing. Do I need?
Yes.
Do you have to like pay beforehand, or can you just go there and get in line behind the people?
What con?
Yeah, they're gonna have like Starlin and a bunch of people there doing signings.
Yeah.
And what I did was I picked out some of the books I know they did. Okay. Of course, I'm bringing inside of a Taylor box.
So it depends. The answer to your question is it depends. So it depends, first of all, on the show itself, what the format they have.
On the website about it.
Usually, most comic book creators are in Artist Alley of some sort or another, which Artist Alley is just a walk up and they may be charging right there and you pay right then and there type of thing. They may or may not be charging. When you go to these big cons where they have various pop culture guests, where they have the wrestlers and the TV shows and the movie stars, they have a different meet and greet area, and that's usually a separate charge for that versus the Artist Alley. Very seldom do, but never.
I'm not laughing at you,
never.
I'm laughing at Flo.
Yeah. You'll have you'll have content creators that are really big names. So yeah, Jim Lee, Stan Lee used to be this way. Yeah. Stan Lee would be never in Artist Alley, right? He was always a paid experience, right?
Yeah, this one's going to have the big names on this one. Tiny's going to be there. Simon's.
Those are all Artist Alley people.
Yeah, I don't realize. I don't must the Roy Thomas. I don't know who that is. Starlin.
You don't know who Roy Thomas is?
I don't. The name's not familiar.
Gary B's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well, we give a shit.
He wrote Star Wars and Conan and all the other shit.
Mariner, he's like.
I don't pay. Usually, I don't read. I've never been into signed comics. I don't.
Forget signing stuff. If it was Marvel,
in
the Bronze Age, and into the Copper Age. Roy Thomas probably touched it somehow.
Peter David, George.
Rob Boyd's paid John Jang $20 for a thing. True story.
Matina's going to be there. Sarah's going to be there. Inyuk Lee's going to be there.
All those people you're naming are typically those are Artist Alley people. Okay. That when you go, that you can bring your books there.
You're talking like Liefeld, McFarlane, Jim Lee, or like higher than that.
Those guys, if you're bringing your own books and you're not tagging a witness along with you, you might get the book signed for free. They might charge you a small fee. Depends upon what they're, who they are.
Okay.
If you're bringing a witness with you,
they'll charge.
There's a much higher degree of a chance that they're going to charge you, and they're going to charge you more potentially.
They're assuming CGC. Is that what that is?
Yeah, you're having a CGC or CBCS or a facilitator. Then they charge more. That's why John Jang charged me $20 because I had a witness there, which I still think is BS because I bought the book off of him, and I bought a print off of him and spent over $200. But tomato. It gives me something to complain about forever.
Mr. Harden's going to be there, so I'm going to play the I Know Your Brother, and
I have Harden's signature.
Yeah,
is this the Las Vegas one?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he's the guy I work with. I work with his brother and his brother's son. So
you talking about Chad Harden?
Yep, he does mainly Harley. So
I know. He's on here somewhere.
Yep. Oh, there. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bug him, and my friend, his brother's like, tell him you know me, I'll give you a good deal. I'm like, a deal on what? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's when I last time with the one that had an alley like that. There was nobody. I knew nobody on the alley except for the guy called I think he's called the Beast. He did that Joker right there. Yep, good old chat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, I think I did say We Are Legion and mention Mark, and that's when the price became $20.
James Harden? No, it's Chad Harden.
Chad.
He does Harley Quinn and stuff.
Yeah, James Harden, the basketball player.
No.
He's fucking with you.
Oh, okay. They were fucking.
Jim Lee experiences with New York Comic Con's 160.
This is actually
well, Jim Lee charges a lot for signings and stuff these days now too.
Yeah, I could actually pay. I'm not paying it. They have like some experiences. Tiny's got an experience for $125. It hasn't sold out, and you get a comic book that's only for that. You get in admission to Amazing Con early, which I'm going with a friend, so I'm not doing that. You get to go in on his sessions. Premium pack of comic books includes Something's Killing Children, Amazing Las Vegas Con exclusive by Inyuk Lee, diecast 2-pack of numbers 21 and 22, House of Slaughter 1 appearance, House of Slaughter 1 foil edition. It's just there's nothing, I'm like for $125, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy that I just found out that there's after having gone to the San Jose Con last month, found out that there's a con here in Santa Clara where I live that's going to be like in 2 weeks. It's going to be a 2-day event, but it's been kind of weird because like their Facebook page is like, oh yeah, go to the website, blah, blah. And I go to the website and there's like, first it was down, now it's finally up, and it's like, there's like, okay, here's whose celebrities are coming. Well, their celebrities are like, nobody. It's like, oh, this girl, and it's like, well, what is that girl? I don't know her. And it's like, oh, she played like one of the Russian females in Spies Like Us.
All right.
Oh, okay. See, strip your clothes off. Got it. And then her movie list like a bunch of B movies, and then they got like, the kid or the guy who voiced Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, and Jonathan Lipnicki, whatever it's pronounced his name.
Lipnicki or that. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, okay, I don't care about any of these celebrities. There's no comic book creators necessarily here, but it's like, still, they're going to have comics. It's $10 a day to get in. And I looked at but they don't have, you can't buy tickets online. The tickets are only sold at the door. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, but they did have advertised it, like, if you want a booth there, what the booth costs are. So the booths range from $250 to $350, depending upon whether or not you have a corner or not. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, those prices, that means that there could actually be some collectors and stuff there, not just big retail places too. So it might be some good stuff there. I'm like excited now.
I'm looking at the actually the
setup. A guy like Scott from Hoarder's Hide could be there for all I know.
This place is going to be used
stuff cross country.
I'm actually
and he doesn't sell. I can talk over you again. Keep trying it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Torpedo is going to be there. They weren't on the list.
Ooh. I mean, 3 signed Jim Lee books.
There you go.
That's not a horrible flow.
You can get a mystery box then.
I bought one from their shop last time I was there just for shits and giggles.
I'm sorry.
$25 mystery box.
Well, $25, whatever.
Yeah, I bought it just for
you got $15 worth of value. Congratulations.
You should get a Chumley box too.
Jim signs 3 books.
I already sent my Chumley signed card to DJ just for fun.
Somebody actually signing and whatnot for a lot of money.
Jim Lee signing 3 books for $160 is.
Can you get them sent to CGC?
Still kind of. I mean, well, you can, but you're going to pay, but not for that price. So obviously, CGC's they're going to witness them, but CGC's going to make you pay for their stuff on there. So you're talking about just the signing, an in-house
and the photo.
Signiness. Oh well, there you go then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figure I'm just gonna walk. We're just gonna walk around that place from like. We don't even care if we get there when it opens. I'm not there. I don't think there's any comic books that are exclusives except for that Something's Killing the Children. So, and I'm not really. They're not promoting any exclusives from it. It's just gonna be. I'm hoping it's just a big place where I can find some actual comic. Because last time I went to one of these down there was just nobody. 3 of the exhibitors were selling comic books, and there was nothing to choose from. I mean, it was pretty bad. But this is a lot bigger, and it's at the convention center. They have an expo area, a main stage. I've been to the ones like you were. The other one I went down there was actually pretty good. Did have all the wrestlers and shit, and that was just kind of cool to geek out, walk past them. I shook a few hands just to say I shook hands with Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I wasn't paid $40 for a signature, but I shook his hand. I got there right when it opened, and there was like nobody in the place at all, and it's kind of fun. But it was just kind of. I mean, I'm not big on signatures, especially if I want them, verified. If I'm there, I guess that's fine. But I thought Starlin would have been a pretty bigger name. I guess not. To me, I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, Roy Thomas is arguably a bigger name than Starlin.
Okay.
or I'd put him on the same level. How about that?
Hey, CBCS is there.
Well, yeah.
I can go. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I went and got this earlier before my wife called. Is this considered a new one of their new cases?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do I tell?
When was it graded?
I got this as a gift from somebody.
Well, yeah, but it'll say when
the grader's notes. Scan.
Well, it'll say right underneath the title when it was.
Well, no, that says this is when the book came out, not when.
Yeah.
You want to know when it was graded, and you'll scan the QR, look at the grade.
Yeah, I gotta get my hang on. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
It's got the new design on the cover. I
believe. It probably is.
Yeah.
But does it feel solid as a rock?
Solid. I mean, I still don't like it.
Well, that's
because it doesn't have a white sticker.
No, I just don't like white sticker, and I don't like their font. I don't like the font.
Right, something stupid. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the actual. Fair enough.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Does it feel thick and sturdy?
You're saying talking about a white sticker. I just don't. I don't like.
Yeah.
That's the new design.
Yeah.
And I'm not real. I mean, it doesn't feel any less solid than this one. I mean, than CGC. What? It feels about the same.
Really?
Hell, hang on. I don't know when this one's graded.
Take that CGC, hold it by the corners, and just give it a slight twist.
Yeah.
And then tell me the answer. As you hear
it, I'll crack. Yeah.
Okay, I do give you this. The actual weight and thickness is definitely bigger than this.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just, I guess maybe it's the aesthetics.
And there's no Newton rings, and there's
no Newton rings on either one.
No.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell you, Chad Hard with Newton rings right on her face.
How much is that one?
I don't know, man. I won it from that Spider-Man booth. So
I only have one slab right here next to me.
Yeah, but like it's got pretty bad Newton rings, like right here. You can't see them on camera, but like
I got no Newton rings.
Oh, it did give me. Oh, yeah, by the way, when I went to go look up the thing,
but it has a yellow label now.
When I scanned it,
yeah, there you go.
They sent it to me originally with the blue label.
Cannot reach this website when it's scanned it. Oh, I put try again. Maybe it is now.
Maybe it's user error.
Yeah.
I just QR code.
This might be the time to go to bed.
Actually, I haven't tried.
It's going to CBCScomics.com. It just can't load the page.
No,
I've never tried doing the QR code on the CGC now that they have one.
Yeah, I don't have a new one from CGC, but it's trying to do the CBCS.
Oh, I have it right here next to me because it came back after being fixed because it had a blue label when they sent it back to me, and I said, "You dummies! It's signed and remarked at your in-house signing event. That's a yellow label." And they went, "Yes, you're right."
It's trying to load the CBCS, and it's sitting on a white page, not doing anything. So I don't think
All right.
CBCS's
Well,
QR code didn't work any better.
So the CGC one came up. Cert number, Batman, issue 100, issue date 12/20, version 9.8, white pages, graded on 6/21/2022, signature series signed and sketched by Miko Sayon on 5/21/2022. Cool.
This one did finally come up. This is Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 6, Marvel 7 2019. Variant nothing, pedigree nothing, 9.6, white pages verified, signee's note, light surface wear on back. Doesn't have a date of grading on their notes. So on their notes, they don't give a date of grading.
It's the new case.
Yeah, I figured. This is the one I got from Ben as a birthday gift. It was, it was cool. I don't.
For Starling, yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go to bed. I'm old and tired.
It's time, guys. Anyone who wants to promote their shit?
Hi, I have a box. I have something coming up on Thursday. It's called a mystery box, and it's from the Southern Comic Geek, and it'll be opened already in the past, but it'll be there for you to watch on Thursday. But what you're really here, yes, in the future, and in the super future, this Saturday is the show that you all really, really care about, and that's Only Slabs. This week on Only Slabs, we're gonna have Karate Kevin, Kung Fu Chop. And then on Monday we'll do another box open. We'll do Monday mail call. You know how it is. And we rinse and repeat.
Nice. Tomorrow, New Comic Day. I'll have not at all cranky reviews tomorrow night. When I finish the first 54 issues or whatever of Saga, I'll review those. And then I don't know. I might review the first season of The Old Man if I get around to it, and whatever else. I'm just gonna review shit. That's all I got.
Okay, guys. Have a nice night. Good night.
Good night.